Welcome to the Daily Edge podcast. This is our first official episode of what we hope will be a long and fruitful series. Each month, we're going to be deep diving into a specific topic related to health and chat to an expert about all things related to that topic. So, why are we doing this, Fadi?
Good question, Maddie. We're doing it because we think there's a lot of noise out there. There's a lot of confusion about what to take, what not to take, how much, when. There are so many brands out there pushing, various capsules and supplements that we want to just shed a bit of light, maybe break some myths, and just also understand more deeply what is the stuff that we're taking every day? How is it helping us? And what are the things we can do in real life that will allow us to be consistent and just to live a long and healthy life? I think one of the things, I've always been really passionate about is, I don't want to give up living for longevity. So I want to find things that can work with me, with my lifestyle.
Totally.
And so I think that's kind of part of it. And I think it's really interesting, and we're gonna give it a go and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm excited to ask, all the questions that our audience want to know. And also I think getting back to the fundamentals, there's so much out there right now, so many supplements, so many different like biohacking. So sometimes it's all about going back to basics.
Yeah.
And that brings us on to our first episode, all about the fundamentals of nutrition. And our first guest, Clemmie Pellew-Harvey, who is a nutritional therapist, author of How to Talk to Kids About Nutrition, mum to 8-year-old Pia with another one on the way. Congratulations, Clemmie. And Hero's wonderful expert nutritionist. So welcome, Clemmie.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Cool. Well, we are in January.
Yeah.
So that is all about new year, new me. Everyone's feeling that pressure. Loads of people want to overhaul their whole lives and do this whole reset.
Yeah.
And the thing is, often that it doesn't last. It's not sustainable.
Yeah.
So we wanted to talk to you about, why you think a lot of these extreme diets, resets, overhauls fail. And yeah.
I think it's interesting because in December, we're all about kind of embracing all the like comfort food, enjoying December. And then January, we're just trying to undo everything we did in December.
Literally.
So it just seems a bit extreme. But yeah, I think it's a difficult one because January is a year where everyone wants to kind of reset all their habits, but they just go in too hard with kind of wanting to do everything. And they don't put it kind of into perspective that you have a life, we have work, we have kids, we have things that we need to do as well. So by taking on too much, you're just setting yourself up to fail, I think. So yeah, I mean, by focusing on like a few things and like introducing him slowly in January, I think January is a bit of a non-month anyway.
Yeah, I think January is
starts
refreshingly boring.
Yeah,
in a good way.
Hibernation month.
Right.
We need to ease our way into it, definitely.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about a statistic yesterday, Fadi, that by mid-January, 25% of people have already failed on their resolutions, or not failed, but given up.
By the end of the month, it's more like 50%.
Yeah.
Right, and then by month 3, it's
80%.
80%.
Which is just like
so it's not. So whatever we're doing is not achievable. So take dry January. So I'm doing dry Jan. Maddie, are you doing dry January?
So I had the intention of doing dry Jan, but I gave up on about day 3. Okay. But as I said, it was a conscious decision. I just wanted this month to
be
day
3.
I know. Yes. Well, I had a particularly stressful day.
I'm drying it. My wife managed 2 days, so that was good.
Wow.
I'm on day 9, folks. So
feeling great.
I'm feeling amazing. And what's super interesting, it's not all about me, obviously, but what is super interesting is it's not the drinking, it's the recovery that I'm noticing that's really helping me feel incredible the next day.
Yeah.
It's the quality of sleep that you don't get when you have alcohol at the end of the day. And I think just the miracle of life, I think, is sleep, which resets your body, just makes you, just everything works.
Yeah.
And just getting that normal sleep is, I think, what's giving me this sort of burst of energy and enthusiasm for life.
And you've noticed a big difference just in 9 days.
Huge difference.
Yeah.
I feel really like optimistic, energetic, positive, really good. And it's a feeling I want to keep. Now,
maybe you should just
no,
keep
but
this
the thing
going.
is
No,
what we're talking
people
about.
do that. They do dry Jan and then they realise how good they feel, so then they just continue.
I thought I was going to do that last year.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, we
look at me
tried
now.
that. See, I went through to February, but I think
Yeah.
that's again part of the problem. We all give ourselves too much of a extreme goal. Like, all right, that's it. I'm not going to drink ever again.
Yeah.
And it's just, you know what?
Doesn't need to be black
Don't
and
give
white.
yourself that.
And
But
also the mentality around kind of restriction,
Yeah.
like creates
Right.
so much guilt, especially with food as well.
Yeah, and like
And then you're on this
shame.
vicious cycle. So then I think we were talking about how you really feel like a glass of champagne.
yeah,
But because you know you can't have it,
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
it then becomes this like, you know, thing
right.
that you really want. So
Mm.
consistency is, you know, is
Yeah.
going to be the best way. It's
But
the most boring
people
way.
try and do dry Jan, and then they also try and they say, I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week. I'm
Yeah.
going to eat super healthy. And that's when it gets really hard. It's like, you can't do all of it.
No.
Yeah.
What's the 75-day hard thing that people do?
Oh my God, where you like
Which
2
is
workouts
so
a
brutal.
day.
Yeah, you do all the things
Oof.
for 75 days.
And then also it's like what happens after the 75 days? Like,
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's just small actionable steps.
Yeah,
like you were saying.
consistency.
Exactly.
And I think
Yeah.
if the plan only works when your life is perfect,
Yeah,
Yeah.
when
then
you're
it's
in a
not a
bubble,
plan.
basically.
Then it's not a
Yeah.
plan. That's not going to be consistent.
yeah. Life is so
Um,
chaotic. It doesn't, especially if you've got like kids, you know, you can't.
God, yeah.
And also I feel like when you're so extreme, if you fall off the wagon once, you're like, okay, it's done, it's broken.
Diet
Whereas
starts
it's
Monday.
like, yeah. And it's
Yeah.
like, you can just pick up where you left off. It doesn't need to be,
Yeah,
you know, yes or
totally.
no.
So what do you think January should actually be used for?
I think Jan should be definitely like easing into it,
Right.
Mhm.
picking 1 or 2 things that you know you're going to stick to, and just like supporting your habits, probably. So, say if it's like even having a glass of water before you have your coffee in the morning.
Okay, nice.
Like-
That's a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you
Easy.
can then habit stack that, so then it becomes second nature. It's like
Right.
we clean our teeth every day. It's a non-negotiable, hopefully.
Yeah.
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 Trying to get
Twice
my
a
daughter
day
to
for
do that.
me.
Yeah, I do twice a day too.
But then you can then, so say if you clean your teeth every day, you can then attach something onto that. So maybe some like mindful affirmations or taking your supplements or just something that then
Nice.
becomes consistent, and then just do that for like 2 weeks,
Amazing.
basically.
You know,
Yeah.
someone was saying to me, someone was saying to me, it was Instagram talking to me, but they were like, when you're brushing your teeth, it's a really good one because we
Yeah.
all do it,
Yeah.
hopefully. But balance apparently is really important as you
Yeah.
get older. And one of the things this person recommended is try and stand on one leg for
Right.
half the time you're brushing your teeth and then
Yeah.
do the other leg and just get your balance
Mm-hmm.
in
I've
check
not heard
and
that.
do
That's
that
quite
as
good.
a
Yeah, that's
consistent
good.
thing because apparently
Yeah.
balancing as you get older gets harder and you fall over and
Yeah.
another
Things
one
like
says
pelvic floors, maybe.
Yeah,
I
literally.
should be doing that.
You should.
while you're brushing your teeth.
Or like
Yeah.
squatting while you're waiting
Does
for your
that work?
toast in the toaster, yeah.
Yeah, squatting.
Yeah, and another one I read was like stand with your back against the wall straight just for your posture.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
I need
Brush
to
your
do
teeth
that.
in like that way, like
Yeah.
and just. But I think it's a really good one because
Yeah.
that is nice. Attach something to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing it anyway.
Yeah, something you do, even like
something with it.
school runs, like have a
Mhm.
protein shake or something.
Yeah.
Do you have any
Um,
habits that you personally do in that way?
Yeah, well, actually, yeah, school run, I always make sure I make like a smoothie or protein shake, shove everything in there, and then it's there. I'm just going to drink it. And then I do take my supplements after I've brushed my teeth.
Okay.
And then the coffee thing, I just try and drink water. So
What? So before your coffee, you
before
have a
coffee, I'm
glass of
like, I always try and hydrate beforehand.
water. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
I have so doing the school run like
Yeah.
you. I have my greens.
Nice.
I take that with me, and I
Yeah.
have that. That's my first thing that I have, and then I feel like it's not coffee straight away. It's not stressing me out in that morning ritual, and I feel like I've sort of started the day the right
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
And then I sit at my desk. I'm allowed to have my coffee
Yeah.
and my coffee mate.
Well, I'm yeah, yeah, your coffee mate, you weirdo. I'm also trying to meditate at the moment,
you?
and I
Okay.
got one of those red light face masks.
Oh, nice.
So I do it for 10 minutes, and that's when I meditate. And
love
it's
that. That's a great
habit
couple of
stack.
things.
Can
to
I
do.
say, is that a fad?
Well, no, it's been proven. Like red light
therapy.
Yeah, I think red light therapy is one of the things that like dermatologists have said does work because there's so much out
A good
there right
quality
now.
one.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe not a TikTok one.
Yeah, not a TikTok one. No, I got a legit one. but
Yeah.
I've only been using it for like 4 or 5 days, so I'm yet to see the difference. But
It's
hopefully
good to
soon.
see.
Thank you.
Did you use a face mask? I got you for Christmas.
I did. I used one on New Year's Eve
Did
before I
you?
went out. Fanny got me some sheet masks and
Oh,
I
nice.
gave it for Christmas.
They look weird when they're melting off, right? It's
Yeah,
weird.
yeah.
They
Anyway.
melt off.
Well, it just looks like your face
Yeah.
is sort of.
They're always a bit scary.
Yeah,
My
they are
flatmate's a
quite
bit of a
haunting.
fright. But on that note, I think the wellness world is, louder than ever.
Yep.
how can we kind of look into that without panicking and feeling overwhelmed and like spotting, fiction from what actually works? I think it can feel really overwhelming.
It's so noisy.
Yeah.
Like, even as a nutritionist, like there's loads of things that I get kind of sucked into. I'm like, oh, does that work? But actually, the red flags to look out for, who are the people behind these posts, behind what they're saying? Are they even qualified? Where do they get their sources from? 9 times out of 10, if they're influencers, they're being paid to promote products, so they don't even know what they're saying half the time. And then also things like selling fear. Like, if you're kind of, obviously it's great for hooks, it's great for the algorithm, but if you are selling that way, then is it authentic?
I think you're just, sorry to interrupt you, you're 100%. I mean, extreme opinions online perform so much better than balanced ones.
I mean, we all know that. Yeah,
exactly. That just gets the engagement, gets the clicks.
Yeah, so that can be a danger, because then it's not necessarily kind of a correct way to start. And then, I guess just, is it kind of promising results that are real? Again, like before and after pictures, where do they come from? Just anything that seems too good to be true, or even like kind of brands promoting a product saying like their way is the best way and that this is the only way you're going to lose weight, or this is the new way to do it. Like, we all know that kind of, we're talking about consistency, like habits and like getting back to basics is what really works. So anything that over promises, I think, be wary of.
What's your opinion on collagen on that note? Because collagen's everywhere. And I think you can obviously apply it topically, or you can ingest it. And I've heard different things about like the efficacy, but do you think it works because it is blowing up? Like, would you?
I think, again, depends where you get your sources from. You've got to be really careful with that as well. I do think collagen definitely has a place, not just for skin, but for joints, like particularly like during pregnancy as well. Like, it's such an important part of our bodies that we should be taking. So I think if you are lacking in that, and if you kind of train really heavily, and if you need the recovery, I think it's got a really good place. But again, like, depends on the quality and the company, and there's so much out there. You just got to be really careful where you get it from.
Tell me, why I struggle with sometimes with supplements and the space and the industry as a whole is that there's all these incredible ingredients. They've been around for thousands of years, but they're still not medically approved necessarily. We can make claims, we can make suggestions, but how come, if these things do work, why isn't there like an official, yes, you can buy this in Boots, or, well, I mean, you can buy collagen in Boots, but something that's a bit more like, take this for your joints. So for example, collagen, is there a reason for that? Is it because not enough money has been invested in the research, or are these actually newer than we think, these supplements?
It's a really good question. I think when it comes to things like herbal medicines as well, like also things like turmeric and stuff. Like, big pharma don't make money out of that.
Okay. Oh, I see.
So there's so much research and there's so much evidence out there, but it can't be backed up by medical companies because of big pharma. So I think there's always going to be a block there. So in that case, just to kind of do your research.
So you're saying, is it because it's not profitable?
I think it's not profitable
because it's so accessible
as like
making ibuprofen. Or,
exactly.
Right.
Whereas, if you really kind of did a deep dive on PubMed and found lots of research, you'd find out that lots of herbal medicines are so powerful.
Incredible.
I mean, they've been around for so long, they're just as powerful, but they just don't make as much money.
Also, I think I was listening to a podcast and someone was like, you actually have to be really careful with natural medicine as well.
Yeah, really powerful.
Oh, yeah.
So powerful, and people just use
the contradictions.
But that's obviously that's why it's important that there is some sort of official line about some of these things.
Definitely.
I think. Okay.
But talking about going back to basics, one thing that I'm hearing so much about, it seems to have kind of had a resurgence, is fibre. I feel like it was all about protein, which is obviously so important, but now fibre is everywhere. And I'd love to know, why is fibre so important, and how much should we be aiming for a day?
And protein gets all the hype. Right?
Yeah, so, it does. Protein. Yeah, I mean, fibre is actually like the queen. it should be its own macronutrients, basically. I think when we think about kind of balancing plates with proteins, fats and carbs, we should add fibre into there because fibre is a phenomenal thing. So basically it helps with cholesterol levels, it helps keep you full. It physically like helps your immune system because it feeds your microbiome, so the good good bacteria in your gut. And it's just got so many uses. So we should aim for around 30 to 40 grams a day.
Okay.
People generally don't eat anywhere near enough.
So what kind of foods are really good sources of fibre, for example?
So there's 2 types of fibre. Did you know?
No, I didn't.
I was going to say it's probably like...
There's insoluble fibre and soluble fibre. So soluble fibre, that basically forms the bulk of your stool. So think things like oats and chia seeds, like, when you put them in, you soak them, they blow up, basically. Kind of does that in your stomach, but it conforms the stool, so it's easier to pass.
Okay.
And then you've got insoluble fibre, so things like skin on fruits, like apples, legumes, nuts, seeds, things that you actually can't ingest, but it's like a brush, and it brushes the stool out your body.
Okay.
So you need a balance of both. And you also need to be able to like feed your gut microbiome. So you need both for that. So you can get that through food easily, just people don't do it.
What does 30 to 40 grams of fibre look like in real terms, in terms of food?
In a day.
What is that? So an apple is how much?
Yeah.
Potentially.
Oh God, put you on the spot. I'll give you a like daily plan of how to include. So for breakfast, for example, you could have like oats and berries and then put some chia seeds or nuts on top of them. You could then have like chicken, but then salads, so lots of leafy greens full of fibre. You could have an apple in the afternoon with some nut butter, almond butter. And then you could have maybe like a lentil curry. So you've got your pulses there, which is full of fibre.
Yeah, I'm just thinking out loud now, like, I've had 0 fibre today.
Yeah,
probably.
it's easy
hard
to do and easy not to do.
Yeah.
Let's do a fibre.
A little bit of fibre.
What have you had so far today?
Yeah, I've had little.
You've had a banana bread.
And I've had my greens, so, it's got
I've had a lot. I've had like 2 breakfasts because I knew that we were filming this over lunchtime.
Why not 3 breakfasts? What the hell? Go for it.
I was like, no, but it's important. You know what I'm like when I'm hungry.
Yeah.
But I've heard sweet potatoes are a really good source of fibre.
Yeah,
oh, okay,
great.
really?
Yeah.
That's good. Okay.
Just like adding one of those to your dinner. Like I think it's always
And
about
to the
adding.
skin on sweet
Yes.
potato, you see, so that's going to be good
Okay.
roughage. Yeah,
But that tends to be cut, sometimes peeled off, right?
It does, but I always keep it on because of that.
I always eat the sweet potato
Yeah.
skin. It's
Kiwi
delicious.
There's something
is
like
very
Rivita. There's a Rivita bread that's sort of just cardboard toasted stuff.
Rye bread.
Rye bread. Is that
really
like strong and...
particularly bread, like seeded bread. So it's a great swap.
Oh,
So if
is
you
that?
are looking to make swaps from like white bread, always choose seeded. Or even, those really nice ones that are all nuts.
Yeah.
So they're full of fibre and healthy fats as well. So
Nice.
it's beautiful.
My kids actually, I'm feeding them that sort of seeded brown loaf since they were very young. And when they have white bread, it's like, what is this, Dad? This is amazing. I'm like, whoa, no. It is a treat.
It's really annoying.
It's only available in the corner shop. But yeah, luckily they have a lot of that. But I guess that's
He
got
has
a lot
started
of...
asking for my daughter some kind of white bread recently.
I really.
So they go to parties,
Yes, and they
like
give them
jam and white
and it's
bread.
delicious.
Yeah.
It's proper fun. It's a treat.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Have you heard the term almond mum?
You know
Almond
what?
mum.
I have. I think someone called me an almond mum.
I was going to say,
once on
are you an
TikTok.
almond mum?
What?
Almond mum?
An almond mum.
Is
It's
it someone
basically
who
like
only
super-
eats?
Yeah, like they're like, okay, here's your date for dessert, and like super
Yeah.
restrictive.
Someone called me that.
I don't think you are.
Yeah,
you're
I
all
did a
about
reel. I got
balance
loads
though.
of abuse from it because I basically made healthy versions of sweets, like using fruits and stuff. And several people were like, "Oh, you're just a bloody almond mum."
You're not.
Google
I've
it.
never heard of that.
It's like a thing, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It's like very like the Hadids, Gigi Hadid's mum.
Yeah.
She was always like,
Yeah,
you can't
good-
have cake. before
Yeah.
And like, here's an almond. That's where it came from. I
I
think.
see.
There are
okay.
like extremes.
Yeah.
Like, there's some mums that like don't let their kids eat the pudding at school and things like that.
It's just sad. You gotta. I think the more you
overall
restrict,
balance.
like,
Totally.
goes the other
Totally.
way.
Yeah.
But for people who are juggling, families, busy work, like, what are some simple steps you'd say for like a balanced plate in
Is that for
terms of
kids, or
nutrition?
are you referring to?
For both, to be honest. But I think like, especially like you know, kids as well. Like you
Yeah.
specialize in like nutrition for kids.
Yeah.
It'd be really interesting to hear.
I think just being a little bit more organized, like it's
Mhm.
probably not what you want to hear, but like just making your life easier, like once or twice a week, just prepping a few things, even like chopping up some fruit and some like carrots and cucumber, leaving it in the fridge. Then after school, you have things
Easy
to
to
give them. And
access.
also
Yeah.
after school, if they're starving, that's when you get in like the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But for parents, mums, again, just like prepping, like really so easy to like make overnight oats or like a chia seed pudding or something, shoving it in the fridge. And then you can just, or smoothies, like having them kind of ready in a pack to blend, just making your life easier, I think makes a huge difference.
Okay.
Yeah, basically. And just trying to stick to balanced plates. So
Okay.
protein, fats, carbs,
Yeah.
fiber. Yeah.
And are there any meals that you have on repeat that you would say are good?
Yeah, I mean, I love chia seed pudding. I have that because it's full of fiber, protein, good fats.
Chia seed pudding.
chia
Tell me a
seed
little bit more
pudding.
about that.
Oh,
The
do
word
you not know
pudding-
this, Pat?
No, I don't know this.
It's new.
It's delicious.
I've
love
never
chia
heard of it. I know what chia seeds are. They get in my teeth a little bit, but I'm open to hearing more.
So chia seeds, again, we spoke about like the soluble fiber, so they're really good for your digestion. But you just basically just put like a couple of tablespoons of chia seeds in with some nut milk or normal milk. You can add berries in there. You can even add oats or
Yeah.
some protein powder.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Shove it in the fridge for like an hour or two, and it blows up, and then it makes a delicious like
No.
pudding-like texture.
It's delicious.
Have you not tried chia
I've
seeds?
never tried.
Oh my god, I'm gonna
And
make
you
you
live
some.
in London.
I know
I live in
the amount of
London. I
times
do
I've
live in
been-
London.
Yeah.
Where have I been?
Oh,
Oh,
Ooh.
oh,
Oh,
dear.
Clemmy's left her phone on.
Clemmy.
Fine. That's all
£1
right.
in the noise jar. Is that what they call it? It's a nice
That's all right.
mellow.
That is.
It's-
Oh my
oh,
God,
is
it's
it? Live.
so VR.
That's a really nice mellow
Well, I know
It
tone,
is.
the
Clemmy.
other one.
The
so-
automatic
that.
one.
Yeah.
I just
It's
wouldn't
very
hear
relaxing.
it. I like that. I feel like, oh,
sorry,
good.
guys.
This is
Let back
going
to sleep. That's
this is
all
like
right.
a spa.
I think I don't hear it half the time, so it's
Well, we're gonna have to make some chia seed pudding.
Okay,
I think.
brilliant.
I'll
I
make
can't
it
wait.
for you. Yeah,
yeah.
at some point. But it is January. It's
Yeah.
officially cold and flu season. What nutrients do you rate to, help boost immunity? Is there anything that you think is like fundamental that people should be taking,
Yeah.
focusing on?
I think vitamin D is a big one,
Right.
particularly during the months of like October to March when there's no sun.
Mhm.
But you should be taking it really every day. But over the winter months, vitamin D, vitamin C, zinc, but you can get all of that in a really good quality multivitamin,
Okay.
Right.
just to make your life easier.
Yeah.
And then protein for energy, sleep, huge, and then hydration.
So is hydration still really important? Like all the time, would you say it's still
Yeah.
fundamental, not just in the summer?
Daily.
Yeah.
Daily. I mean, hydration, again, has so many benefits. So it keeps your energy up. If you are doing kind of, new healthy regimes in January, it helps keep you full. So often when you're hungry, you're actually just dehydrated.
Okay.
It visibly like plumps up your skin, which is always nice.
yeah.
So just drink more water. And it just helps getting everything kind of going, all your organs and systems kind of flowing. So yeah, every day is important to hydrate. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I rewind back to just vitamin D?
Yeah.
Because we all know what it is, and it's you get it from being outdoors in the sun. But is there like an amount of you should be taking in terms of the because there's different levels of vitamin
Yeah,
D,
there's loads of
sprays and
different
pills and etc. What's
Yeah.
recommended? Do you have
It
do you know
actually
what that is?
depends on the person.
Right,
So
Really?
I would recommend, if you can, going to your GP and actually getting your bloods done just to check your levels.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Because if you take too much, people go all in and take the maximum amount.
Right,
You can
I've
actually
seen
get vitamin D toxicity, which is really bad news.
Right.
Okay.
So I would just take the normal amount if you want to keep safe. Like, don't overdo it.
Mhm.
But get your levels checked. I mean, you can get it free through your
Right.
NHS,
Yeah.
so you might as well get it checked, and then you can then. So I don't want to suggest an amount because everyone's different. Yeah.
Is it the same? Because I feel like people do. You just reach for the biggest dose.
Go
is
for
your,
the
like,
most potent,
Yeah.
strongest one I can find.
And
Yeah.
would you say like probiotics wise as well? I've seen like 50 billion CFUs, and I'm like,
Yeah.
do I need that many, or is it individual?
Is individual, but also it depends what probiotic you have.
Okay.
So there's probiotics for all sorts of different parts of the body. So there's like a child-friendly one. There's probiotics pretty much for every kind of different part of your system.
Wow.
So it's about choosing the right probiotic. And then, I mean, obviously, if you have more, it just means that then because they get damaged on the way down, they'll reach your gut. But then depends if it's in a liquid, capsule form. Also depends on your absorption rate. Things like caffeine can block absorption of lots of nutrients and dairy and things. So there's lots of factors that go into it. And again, with like products over-promising things, everyone's so different on how they absorb probiotics. I would say try and get it through food if you can.
Okay, so like probiotics like sauerkraut,
fermented things, kefir,
kimchi, that kind of thing.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, the gut, obviously, we haven't talked much about the gut, but it's a huge topic. It's getting a lot more of the attention it deserves.
Yeah.
I know from my personal experience, what I eat affects me incredibly. I do sometimes do some intermittent fasting, but whatever I've eaten in the evenings, it just affects my sleep completely. But it is the second brain. And we were talking earlier about how much that helps you release, your serotonin. Is that right?
Well, we create 95% or more of our serotonin in our gut, which is our happy hormone.
That's incredible.
It's crazy.
So if we eat crap, we feel like crap. Yeah. I mean, it's totally linked. When we're babies, like fetuses in the womb, the brain and the gut are actually one organ.
Oh,
and
really?
then it stretches out. So you've got that, the gut-brain axis. Yeah, exactly. So it's constantly feeding kind of signals into your gut. Like when we're nervous, we often feel a bit sick sometimes. And actually with children, when they say they feel sick, like it might be that they're anxious.
Really? Because you get like butterflies.
Yeah. My daughter, when she started school, on the way to school in the car, she used to say, I feel a bit sick, but I think she was nervous to start school.
Yeah, my daughter was exactly the same. Said that. Actually, my son, 12 at the time, was just run down, feeling sick, looking sick, feeling nauseous. And it turned out when we did the blood test, absolutely nothing wrong with him. It was his diet. What he was doing is he was eating this junk on the way to school.
Oh, right.
Back from school. And we just got him on a proper diet, eating some golden kiwis. And within a few days, he
specifically golden.
I'm a bit obsessed by them.
They are great.
They're incredibly high in vitamin C. They've got a lot of good gut
yeah.
factors. And he was miraculously better. Some people also just are much more sensitive to eating junk.
Totally.
Than others, and he is one of those kids. And we know that, and it's amazing. He's now really learned. So he's, Dad, I won't have that. That pudding tonight.
Yeah,
I'm okay.
How old is he?
He's now 13.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was actually quite worrying for a while. But it was just ultimately came down to his gut and what he was putting in his system.
Yeah,
and he feels so much better now.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's like code. Like literally, food is literally giving us the code of how we're meant to feel.
Completely, and I think it goes both ways. Like if you're really stressed, it can completely wreck your digestion.
Totally.
So it's like it all kind of works together.
Things like bloating as well, because if you're stressed, your cells are stressed, you can't really absorb everything properly. So food often then ends up like fermenting in your gut a bit, which can then cause uncomfortable gas and bloating and all that lovely stuff. Yeah.
So would you say for that it's all about the nervous system and kind of working to regulate that to help? Like you've got to kind of look at it holistically, like prebiotics, probiotics, but also mindfulness.
It's a full system approach. Like, what you eat affects your brain, but then like if you are stressed, if you have lots of stress factors in your life, then that affects your gut. So it's kind of, constantly a big battle. Also things like sleep, and then like our sleep quality, what we're doing before sleep, everything affects every part of us. So it's not just kind of one organ we focus on or one part of our body. Like it is a systematic thing.
And the gut is very related to immunity as well, right? Am I right in thinking that?
So we create 70 or more % of our immune system in our gut. So all our little good bacteria we've got to feed.
I mean, it's just amazing.
It's wild.
That's just this is the center, but the engine. It's the engine, and people just
gut
don't
health
think
is
about it.
everything.
I think there needs to be so much more about the gut.
We're just beginning. I mean, it's big now.
It is big.
But 5 years ago, people didn't really think there was a connection, and now they do.
No, but I mean, we say it's big. We're in London. We're in the industry. We understand the space. But you go slightly out of the center points, and I think people are still eating crap.
Yeah,
and also things like medications, so antibiotics.
No sausage rolls.
Antibiotics, they wreck your gut.
Well, they just wipe out all the good stuff. So you've got to essentially start again. So if you are kind of getting chronic illness and stuff, you're battling that as well. I mean, it feels like a vicious cycle, but there are obviously lots of things you can do. But yeah, more awareness definitely, and just like listening to your body more. Definitely.
Okay.
And just on the kids' side of things, from
Yeah.
an immunity perspective, how do you feel about that sort of the kids' gummies, the multivitamin gummies and stuff? Are they worth having, or is it just a bit of a
Yeah, I mean the ones that have lots of sugar in.
obviously avoid?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I remember actually getting some omega-3 like liquid stuff. It said orange flavor for Pia, and it absolutely stunk. And I was like, "There's no way I'm
Right.
gonna get this in there." So sometimes, something is better than nothing, and you've got to be able to they've got to be able to take it. But a lot of them just have loads of sugar in, so you might as well, even like things like vitamin C, you can get through your diet, like just
Of course.
fruit and stuff.
Absolutely.
But probiotics I would really recommend for kids.
Okay.
Just because their immune systems are so much more like sensitive and they're developing. Also at school, like the amount of colds and everything going around, like you've got to support that.
It's beginning now. What's what format do you think is the best way of having the probiotics for the kids?
So if they don't, I mean, supplementing I would say is actually really a good idea.
Yeah.
Or things like yogurt, like live yogurt,
Right.
cafe yogurt.
It just doesn't taste as nice for them. The cafe
No, but they're normal live yogurt's fine. And actually, a little trick with that is you can just get a different brand every couple of weeks because they have different strains of bacteria.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, that's a good idea. I might do that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
for adults as well. Yeah, adults too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you mentioned omega-3, and do you mind me asking how old Pia is?
She's 8.
Okay,
Yeah.
so tell me, why is that so important? Because I never even think about omega-3 for
No,
kids.
depends
And they
what they
definitely
eat.
don't eat enough fish.
No, okay. Well, they should really. I mean, Pia doesn't really eat fish unless it's in like a fish pile, like hidden.
Yeah.
So omega-3 is essential for brain health. Also for kind of hormones, like they're changing. It's particularly around age 8, hormones start changing for
Okay.
kids. So they'll really help support that as well.
And is that sort of the standard
and your mood.
omega-3 with I'm sorry, I don't know the exact details, but it's
DHA, yeah, and ELA, yeah. But if you're having oily fish twice a week, then you probably don't need to.
Okay.
But most kids don't get near enough. I mean, you can have nuts and seeds. It's just not enough.
I didn't think about it. So you think it's important that from age 8 onwards?
Yeah. Well, I think it's not. It's not essential, but in
Sure.
terms of brain health, like it definitely makes a big difference.
And obviously,
it's very anti-inflammatory as well.
Yeah, I take omega-3s every day.
Yeah.
I feel like, what would you say the like fundamental? We're hearing a lot about magnesium, like zinc. If you were going to say the basics to like take supplements.
I think
that's hard to get from food.
Yeah, that's hard to get from food, or that most people are deficient in.
Well, magnesium is a good one, actually. Lots of people are really deficient in magnesium. So magnesium helps your stress levels, recovery. It's like a miracle.
It's in everything.
It does everything.
And there's different forms, right?
We actually have it in a lot of our products.
Yeah.
As it happens anyway, which is useful.
You can also get it through baths. Epsom salts are a great way to get magnesium in.
Okay.
Oh, so just
absorb. Yeah, you can absorb really well. So you just need to soak for about 15, 20 minutes.
Okay.
And your body
shrivel up.
Yeah, soaks it up.
It's relaxing.
But great for sleep. So if you're trying to improve your sleep as well.
Okay.
But yeah, magnesium's great. There's so many. I mean, it depends. Vitamin D during this time, definitely. Magnesium, vitamin C.
If I felt like I had a cold coming on, or like, I was like, oh my God, I'm about to get ill.
Yeah.
Is there anything I should reach for? To be like,
mask.
Yeah.
I would increase your vitamin C, definitely.
Vitamin C,
yeah, that's going to really, really help. If we are looking at like kind of more holistic vibes, oregano is really good.
Really?
Yeah, so you can get it in essential oil form.
Okay.
Just make sure it's one that says that you can ingest.
Right.
And I usually just have like 2 drops of that in water. I mean, it tastes.
Really?
Yeah, like strong pizza. Kind of,
oh my God. Okay.
But it really helps to kind of.
So you're saying liquid form oregano?
Yeah.
As an immunity.
You can get them in capsules. Yeah.
Item.
If you don't want to do the drops, obviously.
Yeah.
Lovely.
But oregano is brilliant. It kind of on.
Can you, in theory, just hear me out?
Yeah.
Can you, in theory, if you're having a pizza?
Yeah.
Put some oregano
I was
drops.
thinking.
I've tried that. It completely destroys
Does
the
it for
pizza.
Really?
pizza? Okay.
It's so strong.
Don't do that, folks.
Particularly the essential is so strong.
Okay, so we're talking about
Yeah.
ultra potent.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's interesting.
Yeah. Also, if you don't want to take antibiotics, like obviously antibiotics definitely have a place, but oregano really kind of helps get rid of it. It's antiviral, basically.
Okay.
So
nobody talks about that.
I didn't know that. I didn't know it existed as a.
Neither. I've heard of like peppermint oil.
I'll be shopping for that.
Yeah, me too.
Great.
Yeah, and is there anything? that you can eat to help your body cope with stress or like support that side of things?
Yeah, magnesium rich foods are
Okay.
really good for that. So dark leafy greens are great. So we can just have so much more of those, like shoving a handful of spinach into your curry, having kind of, some rocket on your like sandwich. Like dark leafy greens are a great way to get more magnesium in.
Okay.
And then then the Epsom salts and stuff. But in terms
Yeah.
of stress, and also things like anti-inflammatory foods.
Okay.
So you've got your oily fish, you've got your turmeric. Just kind of think whole foods, unprocessed. If you stick with that, then they're gonna be full of
Inflammatory. Sorry.
£1, please.
Nice.
And reducing processed foods as well. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing a lot about like ultra processed foods at the moment. I feel like people are becoming more aware of it, which is a good thing.
I think so. Hopefully, I mean it's hard to do because there's so many convenience foods out there.
Yeah.
But if we can try and minimize them, then there is.
I want to ask you about something, Clemmy.
Go on then.
It's quite a divisive ingredient.
Okay.
Ashwagandha.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's the story?
Ashwagandha. Big fan of ashwagandha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So ashwagandha acts as like an adaptogen. I actually give that to Pia.
Do you? Wow.
Yeah. So basically, an adaptogen is something that adapts to how you feel. So if you're feeling really low, it helps to kind of like boost you up a bit. But if you're feeling really anxious and really stressed, it helps to calm you down. So it's kind of an amazing herb.
We're
actually.
fans, to be fair. I mean, I was asking it as a neutral person. Because it is again in our greens and reds.
Yeah,
I
it's an
believe.
essential woman as well.
But I do know that there are some areas in the world that don't like it, that ban it. I think it's Japan. It's
I don't know.
or it's on the I think it's,
really?
You're not meant to have it when you're pregnant.
no, but there are
No.
certain groups of people who just think this is the devil's supplement.
Or that
You
you're not meant
shouldn't
to have
touch
it every day.
Ashwagandha, really?
Yeah, ashwagandha. There's some
Should we
real.
talk about ayahuasca?
No, I'm talking about ashwagandha. I think certainly in Asia,
Okay.
there's some negative, thoughts.
Yeah, I mean
about
it's a
that.
strong herb, so maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it's one of those that kind of.
And some have said
unknown.
it's linked to depression.
I think if you're on depression medication.
But
as
maybe
well-
this is one of those myths that.
Yeah.
But we do have people, message us saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, do you have ashwagandha in your
Yeah.
product?" And we say, "Yes." It's sorry, I can't take it.
I think it doesn't
Depends
work for
on
everyone.
and if you are on antidepressants, then
Yeah.
definitely not because it's a mood
Oh, really?
adaptogen. So you don't want any kind of contradictions there.
Right.
So I think it would depend kind of what you're taking
Yeah.
already.
But
Yeah.
it does feel like one of those that really does something. Supplement.
Yeah.
And it's
definitely.
effective and I certainly I'm
Yeah.
I'm all for it, but I have seen, having been in the industry now a while,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you hear a
People.
lot of people who
Do you
just
get a lot of people
have an issue
On
with
like
it.
customer service, well, we have customers like emailing
Yeah.
in sometimes being like, "Oh, I can't have this. It's got ashwagandha."
Okay.
Although we did get a really funny review from someone about our essential woman. She was like, "I'm loving this. It really helps with the rage." I was like, "Oh my god,
Oh.
okay." It was
It's
really-
ashwagandha.
Yeah,
and the
I must
magnesium,
be
and the
honest.
magnesium.
Yeah, and the ginseng, all of it.
Yeah, all of it.
Yeah, all of
Um,
it, all of it.
Great feedback.
I know. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's hard to
Good.
quantify your mood.
Yeah,
I think.
definitely. Yeah.
I hope she gave us 5 stars.
I hope so too.
Yeah,
Can't
she would
remember. But yeah, all right. Well, I think we're on our quick fire round, Clemmy.
Okay.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yes. So, can you name your top 3 non-negotiables in your daily routine?
Protein for breakfast.
How much protein?
And in what
About
format?
God,
This is a test.
30 grams.
Eggs. Oh,
So easy.
eggs.
Yeah.
Everything.
I just
Everything is
I
eggs,
have
isn't
for
it?
lunch as well.
Just have eggs.
Nice.
3, so movement every day, even if it's just walking, just like moving your body. And going to bed the same time every day, like trying to,
Okay.
in terms of sleep.
Do you wake up at the same time?
I do naturally, actually, if I
Okay.
go to bed at the same time. Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. What is one thing that you wish people would stop stressing about when it comes to health?
Being too perfect, like clean eating,
Mm-hmm.
and also things like the occasional treat, like we're human, live
Yeah.
little.
Totally. That's what we're all about, I'd say. Mr. Champagne over here.
Harsh.
Um,
Poor carver.
or
I'm
Carver.
feeling poor.
One meal you have on repeat. Can guess.
Eggs. Probably that or like the chia seed pudding.
Okay, nice.
Sounds so London.
Yeah, the chia seed pudding. Very barley.
Very Barnes. But yeah, I have eggs all the time, so I would say
Okay,
really
nice.
boring.
My
That's
wife's
boring.
obsessed with eggs.
Yeah,
Eggs
it's
for
so
breakfast,
versatile.
eggs for brunch, eggs as much as she can for the kids. I mean,
Yeah.
it is an incredible. I
They
love
are
eggs too.
amazing.
But eggs go with everything too.
Yeah,
But also
everything.
not everybody can have eggs.
Oh.
No,
Some people are like
Sad.
intolerant, which is sad.
Oh, that is
that
sad.
is sad.
Yeah, I think I might be.
Is there any
sick.
fibre in eggs? That sounds like a stupid question.
No, it's
but-
fat and protein.
How much
Yeah.
protein is in an egg?
I think around 6 to 7 grams.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to have quite a few. Or some people I've seen like
Yeah,
have 2 eggs and then add egg white.
Yes, liquid egg
Protein.
whites. I often have that. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the egg
Interesting.
yolk's really nutrient dense, particularly for pregnancy. It's got choline in. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, very good.
Nice. I've a random question. Like,
Yeah.
do you have any like tips for people? It's very general, but like to find balance. I think it's such a like just have a balanced diet, balanced lifestyle, but it's not that easy to apply. I think
Yeah.
that's probably why people go for extremes because it's actually easier. But I was wondering if you have any
yeah.
advice.
I think my advice for that, which is what I give to all my clients, is just like keeping it really simple,
Mm-hmm.
like stripping it down to basics, ignoring all the noise out there, and just kind of eating 3 meals a day. Like it's interesting that even as a nutritionist with clients, like I have to teach people to eat 3 meals a day and a couple of snacks, that we've lost our way and kind of what
Yeah.
we're meant to be doing and eating. But yeah, just keeping it really simple will definitely help bring balance into your life and just like not stressing about all the other things.
Got
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
So, Maddie, if you could take one thing away from this episode, what would that be?
I think it's, listening to your body and like intuition, like what you just said, going back to the basics, trying not to overthink things, eating your eggs as well is a big one.
I just said one thing.
Sorry. I know, actually,
I'm
my
joking.
one thing is gut. I think the gut
Okay.
is the center of everything,
Yeah.
it seems.
I think if I could take one thing, it's don't try and fix everything all at once.
Yeah.
I think do it one at a time, one
Mm.
good habit at a time. Try and be consistent with that habit, and then just build another one on top of it. Try and do it with something else that you do every day, like we said, the brushing your teeth, or taking the kids to school, and just
Yeah.
apply a really good ritual or habit alongside that, and then that's repeatable and it's really easy because you do it
Yeah.
every day.
It should be something that then fits into like a chaotic day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I feel like
Amazing.
if it doesn't fit into chaos, it's not going to fit in.
definitely not.
Clemmy, that was brilliant. Thank you so
you.
much.
Thanks,
Really
Clemmy.
appreciate it. Really thank you for joining us.
First official guest of the Hero
And
Podcast.
congratulations, obviously on the
Yes.
newcomer.
Thank you.
And listen, folks, if you enjoyed the episode, please share it, please subscribe, send it to someone who's feeling overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And
Go
we
check
will-
out Clemmy as well on
Yeah.
Instagram. What is your Instagram handle for everyone? Clemmy?
Wellness with Clemmy.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And you've got to read Clemmy's book as well.
Thank you.
And join us next time.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Clemmy.